need to hurry up and mark this M15 out. I'm trying to see if we react off this M15. We got the little rejection off the H4, but now we're breaking past it. Overall, I'm still bearish, though. I still think we're going to be pretty bearish. We've been bearish for quite some time now, which I had a good week this week, so I'm not really in a rush to trade. I'm not even trading my funded right now. I'm actually trading a challenge account, so I'm chilling. But I just requested a payout on the funded, so I'm just going to let it clear today, even though they already took the funds out basically automatically, but I'm going to just let it do its thing today. Hold up. M15 was... Let me go ahead and mark this out again. M15 right here. M5. Let's make this a little more accurate. M5 right here. And then we had the H1 right above it. Yeah, H1 right here. Looks like we're pushing up to that level. Because keep in mind, our options were we reject off of here or we reject from here. Yo, bro. Which, yeah, I'm still wanting to take sells if anything, but like I said, I'm gonna be patient as hell here. Bro, I don't know why this is tripping on my end. And if anything, if we do decide to come down just a little bit, I'm gonna be looking at this area just to see if we actually get a bounce from here. I'm not gonna take longs from here because like I said, overall, I'm looking for shorts. But yes, sir, bro. I'm trying to stay active. Definitely gonna upload another video today too, or maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. I gotta edit it tonight, but let's see. And then I'm gonna mark this M1 as well. All these levels are possibly gonna be coming in clutch. Let's see. We just fell short of that M15. Was there an M1 there or something? Why did we get a rejection from right there? Let me see. Nah, M1's a little higher though. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this out. M1's right here. We're gonna mark this M1. Yeah, I'm actually surprised we didn't tap into this level because this would have been the level I would have been anticipating shorts from. I would have had my sell limit here. I don't know why my thing's lag. I think it's because I'm streaming on two things right now. 25. Damn. I would have had that M1. I wouldn't have had that M1 actually. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. Would have went for a 1 to 2 on this off, and my entry would have been that M15. And let's see. Yeah, that would have been a fast 1 to 2 if it would have actually tapped into that level. Now I just want to see this pullback happen, and I want to see what happens here. I want to see what happens here. I'm just going to put my long limit here. Keep in mind, I'm not taking this trade. I just want to see what happens. We wouldn't even have the M1 here either. Let's see. I want to see if we get a little rejection from this level. I only trade NQ really for the most part now. I haven't looked at Dow in a minute. See, this candle's looking like it wants to flip. If it could have went a little higher and we actually would have taken that setup, it would have been fire. Yo, what's good? Yeah, let's see. I just want to see this come down a little more. I want to see what we do at this level. Like I said, I'm really taking it easy today. I already had a good week. I think this week, just on at least one of my accounts, it was a little over 2,000. And then I requested the withdraw on 2 other accounts last night. So I'm chilling. I'm not trading a funded right now. I'm just trading a combine. But I just want to see kind of what the market's going to do today. Still got to show up. Still got to show up. Let's see. I just want to see this come down just a little more. We missed this level up here, which I'm honestly surprised. If we go to the H4, this H4 is going to look a little cleaner because now we're hanging below this H4 level of supply. So really just want to see what's going on here. We do have like 2 minutes till red folder news though. So if you guys are trading, just be cautious about that. Let's see. Was there... Yeah. Let's just see. Now we got to be patient. Now we got to be patient. I'm probably going to start branching off with more funds as well. Or firms. Might try... I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Lucid. I don't know much about them, but I've been hearing about a lot of stuff. So I might buy get a few more fundeds with other firms and then just go the trade sinker route. I feel like that's what's best, to be honest. Let's go. Yeah, I just want to see this go a little lower. I want to see how we react off of this level. Sucks we didn't get the tap into that level, though. That's such a major level, too. Which, keep in mind, I'm pretty bearish. So this level right here, I'm just seeing how it reacts off of that level. Yeah, we just need to go a little lower, but we got less than a minute until red folder news. So let's just see. Nothing too interesting as of right now, that's for sure. I want to see if red folder news is going to bring a lot of volume and if this H1 candle is going to completely, well, I mean, new H1's opening up here anyway, so it's actually not that big of a deal. I just want to see what the next H1 candle is going to be looking like. Because, I mean, this M15 is definitely having some bearish momentum to it. What might happen is on this new H1, if we could keep this bearish momentum up, but nothing too crazy, it might bring us down to this level that I'm anticipating a bounce from, and then it might bounce from there. Let's see, though. 5 seconds. Yeah, I just want to see if it taps into this level. I'm not going to take it if it does, though. Let's see. Yeah, this H1 literally needs to dip down to this level, and this could have decent upside potential, but like I said, I'm not going to take it. I would have maybe been willing to take this trade since I'm trading combines, but we'll see. NQ's been pretty solid for the past like little over a month, I'd say. January was a crazy good month for me, so I cannot be mad about that. NQ's just been solid. And then this week, can't complain about NQ either. I feel like yesterday was a little weird though, but all right, let's see. I just want to see if this is gonna actually tap into this level and what's gonna happen from here. I'm not taking it, I just want to see what happens. All right, if we were in this, that would have been our entry right there. There's the retrace, so we tapped into it. There's the bounce. This would have been TP1 right here, and let's see, bruh. Literally less than probably like 20 seconds would have had a TP1 maybe. Let's see. Would have been an accurate entry. I just want to see if this is actually going to go to a TP1. Looking at this on the M5 time frame as well. Because, I mean, there's still a good chance that this bearish momentum comes through and we break past this level. Because, like I said, I'm overall bearish. But this could be a good spot for us to get a bounce, push us back to this level, and then we get the sells from up here. Realistically, that wouldn't be bad. I'm just trying to see if this is at least going to go to a 1-to-1 before it would run to a stop loss if we were in this. That was super. Oh, no, it would have went a 1-to-1 actually. So it would have had a fast TP1. So either A would have secured profits there, or B would have moved stop loss to break even. Now let's see if this would go a 1-to-2 from this level. This is basically what I do. If I still show up every single day, but if I'm not really placing a trade or not planning on it, I'm still going to show up, look at my levels, and just see how it reacts off of them. So we know this would have went to TP1, this setup right here. This would have just missed our level, like just missed it. And then this H4, I wouldn't have taken this, but off the H4 supply, 25-point stop. Look at this. This would have went over a 1-to-2 just in this one candle alone. One minute candle. So within a minute would have had a TP2. So that level was accurate. This level, I mean, it would have went to a 1-to-1, but we're still at an M5 right here. There's still a chance for it to reverse and continue to push up. Just at that M5. 1 minute until a new M5 candle though. Let's see. I just want to see what it does here. Would have went to a 1-to-1 already, but this is probably going to go lower. Which, like I said, I'm overall bearish anyways. So yeah, this right here would have just hit stop loss. But would have went to a 1-to-1 before. Now I want to see what it does here. We don't have an M15 yet. Or M15 right there. M5. There wasn't an M1. Oh, the M1's down here. I'm tripping. Let's see. I still want to see what happens in this level right here. Because, I mean, this could go either way. Like I said, I'm overall bearish, though. Which, I'm surprised. There's nothing, not even a daily or weekly right there. Let me see. Weekly's all the way up there. That's that weekly previous contrary candle. Daily previous contrary candles right here. H4. I mean, the H4 is right there. We know that. H1's right there. So, man, just bounce from right there. Look at this. This trade would be back in profit, though. Granted, we would have just hit stop if we took this. I mean, it would have been a break-even trade because at 1-to-1, I would have moved my stop to break-even most likely. That M5 candle flipped pretty bearish. This M15 is going to be telling us a lot, though. I really want to see what this M15 is going to be doing. Has a lot of room to the downside as well. I'm just surprised we didn't go up and tap into this level. I figured we would have tapped into this level up here and then go lower, but it just missed that level, which sometimes that happens. But you can see overall, right analysis, looking for sells around the H4 or these supply levels up here, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. Going lower. Now we still have this M1 too. Let's see if we get a tap into this M1 and what happens there. Because like I said, I think we're just going to continue to go lower, though. That's basically what we've been doing. just don't see nothing, which I'm not mad though, because I don't think I would have taken anything on my funded today anyways. And now what I want to see though, which I still want to keep these levels marked, but let's see. Let's look what happens here. So that's our level of demand. That M15 and M5 still our level of demand that we were anticipating a bounce from. That gave us a like 25-point move. But I am going to mark this M1 right here. Now this M1's a level of supply. I want to see if we're going to come up to this M1 and then just tap into it and continue to go lower. I want to see if that M1's actually going to put in work. I want to see if we're actually going to reach that M1 though. We might even push higher though. Let's see. I just want to see if we even tap into it, and if we do, what happens. All right, just tapped into it. Straight up getting a rejection as of right now. I want to see if we go lower though. Let's see if we can get down to like 24,740. Honestly though, off the rip, tapping into that M1, not a bad little rejection from there. Something I've definitely learned from just watching this and stuff, those solo M1s, they be putting in work. They for real be putting in work. I mean, look at this. This would have been, that would have already almost been another little 1-to-1. If you were looking for like a quick little trade. Let's see though. Like I said, I'm watching this because this M1 demand could definitely put in work. We've seen that plenty of times. And then I just want to see what this M1 supply is going to do. Still holding at this M1 supply though. Keep in mind that M5, M15 is a level of demand, which we got to watch at too, because if this M15 also closes above this M15 level of demand that I had marked out, that's still pretty solid. This week went by fast. I can't believe it's already Friday. Yeah, so we're literally watching just a bunch of levels. I mean, when you look at this on the lower time frame, that M1 is still holding at this M1 supply right here. Still holding there. But when you go to the M5 and M15, we're still chilling at this valid level of demand. So this could go either way still, either way. Like I said, what I would like to happen, and even though I might not take the trade still, I would just like to see if the analysis is correct. I would like to bounce from this M15, M5, even this M1, like I mentioned. Bounce from there, push up, tap into this level of supply, these levels of supply, and then go lower. So either way, that's still valid. I mean, look at this on the M5 time frame. M5 time frame, we have a little bit of bullish momentum coming in, so we could see a push to the upside from there. The M1, let's see. I want to see how this M1's going to close. I mean, this M1's going to close bullish most likely though. Yeah, so I'm going to delete this M1 supply that I marked out, and now I'm really going to be looking at just that bullishness. And this is the importance of having multiple time frames in confluence, because look, if these were all within your stop loss, which let me actually just show you guys this. It's going to be a lot easier if I just pull this up. All right, just say your stop loss was this, right? Mine's normally 25, but I'm just going to use this as an example. If this is your stop loss and you have these three time frames in confluence, so we know off this M15 we had that little 1-to-1 bounce, right? So would have caught a 1-to-1 off of that, or would have went to break even. But if it doesn't react off of that one, now it has the opportunity to test this M5, and that M5 might be the level of demand that gives us a push. If that's not the level, we have this M1 down here. Now notice how we tapped into the M1, and that's what's giving us a push to the upside right now. Having multiple time frames in confluence is going to be key, because the market likes to move off levels of supply and levels of demand. So the more time frames in Confluence, the better, the higher probability that that trade's going to go to profit, because you're giving yourself more opportunities for price to reverse and go your way. So this would have been a good example right here. That M1 would have pushed and went to profit if your stop loss would have been within that level. But I just want to see if this is going to play out like the way I think it's going to. Let's see. We got to watch and see if this H1 and M15 candle is going to flip. If that H1 and M15 candle flips, we'll be looking definitely a little more bullish for sure. Damn. Look at this. Now that M5's flipped, I just want to tap into this. You know, actually, I don't even care. If we don't tap into this level, it would be better for us to tap into this level next week, because I'd be willing to take this. The one thing is, though, I'll probably enter lighter risk on this just because we got close here. Normally, if we get really close to a level and then it reverses and go the way I was expecting it to, I'll enter with lighter risk just because we already got close to that level. And a lot of times when you get close, and even closer than this, right, you tend to get a little more volume and it doesn't reject off that first level as fast as I normally would like. So that's why I'd probably enter this with lighter risk for sure. Yeah, we're just chilling right now. Just chilling. I don't see anything that I'm willing to take. And like I said, I just requested the payout on the accounts last night, so I'm not trading those. I have a combine that I'm trading, but I don't even think I'm going to be trading that right now, to be honest. Which I'll trade that next week. I'm definitely going to be trying to pass that next week for sure. Still just watching this level, because this between this M15 and this M1, this is still a level that we could bounce from and continue to go up. Like I said, overall, I'm bearish, but I want to see if this is going to be the level that brings us to the upside, at least a little bit. We might just be going lower, though. I might start live trading here and there on YouTube and stuff a little more, to be honest. I just want to see. Yeah. We're right below that. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, just watching this level. That's all I'm basically doing. How long have you been trading? I think a little over 4 years now. A little over 4 years. And man, time has gone by fast. Time has definitely gone by fast. I love trading though. I love trading. I've been trading for, yeah, I think a little over 4 years. I'd have to see when I've taken like pictures when I first got into it though, because it's been a while. I first started off trading like kind of like stocks and stuff, like not trading, just buying long-term stocks, just holding it. Then I think I got into crypto a little bit, and then got into day trading, and shoot, been trading ever since. I also buy stocks long-term still. I definitely think it's good just to invest in stuff like that as well, so I still do that. But I love trading. All right, look at this on the M1 time frame. We've bounced again at this M1. We're still holding above this level. So look at this on the M5. This doesn't look bad. between this M15 and this M1, like I mentioned, this is the level I want to see us push up. And if we are going to go today, whatever, but I want to see if we tap into this level up here. We're still holding at that level, but I'll probably be on here just for a few more minutes. I really just want to see what this does, and then I'll probably hop off, but getting a decent amount of bullish momentum right now. We do got to see, though. I'm going to mark this out for the time being, but check this out. We're on the M5 time frame. So let's mark out this. This is our previous contract candle, so that's our M5 level of supply. And if you look at this right here, here's a pretty good example. This previous contract candle right here on the M1 time frame, just mark the lowest point of it since it's a level of supply. Look, we tapped into it. That's what gave us a move down. That's how accurate these levels are. The market likes to move into this, move into these levels. Look at this. M1 supply right here. We went, tapped into it. Now we're getting a little rejection to the downside. Honestly, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised either way what happens. I could see us having a little bit of bullish momentum, but more than likely, I'm not gonna lie, I could see us dropping past this level and going lower just because that's what's been happening. So I could see us going to the downside a little more, but I just want to see what happens. Nice momentum off that M1 as of right now. Yeah, we're just pushing now. Let's see what we do when we reach that M5 as well. There is an M1 up here, but I'm not going to worry about marking that right now. I feel like this M1's going to flip blue. That doesn't look like it's going to go lower. Come on, just waiting for that candle to flip blue. It's already about to be 10:20 though, so I'm probably gonna hop off of here in a little. Yeah, there goes the flip. Let's see. But yeah, just look how accurate all these levels are. I mean, these levels kind of held up. We had the little bounce from the M15, had the bounce level from the M5, had these bounces from the M1, the H4. We had the rejection from right there. This level, I'm surprised we did not tap into it like I mentioned, but it's probably going to be a fairly accurate level for sure. Yeah, it's looking like we're wanting to push up. I want to see what we do at this M5. If we even can reach this level. Let's see. I would still like this to flip blue, but we might get a little pullback and then continue to go up. Yeah, there's some momentum to it right there. Getting close to that M5. Let's see what we do when we tap into this M5. All right, just tapped into it. Let's see how this is. So just tapped into it. As you can see, we wicked into it. Now I want to see, is this going to give us a little rejection? If someone was just entering off the M5, let's see what would happen. Like I mentioned, when I'm not actively looking to place a trade, I'm still going to show up. I want to mark out my levels, see how the market's moving, see how they're moving off of my levels, stuff like that. That's going to be key when it comes to like learning and all that sort of stuff. You want to show up every single day, gather data, and just see what's happening. So we tapped into that M5. We got a wick down, and let's see. I want to see if this is at least going to go to a 1-to-1. That's what I'm looking for. At least a 1-to-1 to see if we would be either moving our stop loss to break even if we were in this trade, or if we'd be taking profit at a 1-to-1, just whatever it may be. I still want to see if this is at least going to go 25 points. As of right now, it's win about 19. It's win about 19, so I'm just trying to see if it's going to go a little lower from here. But that main level I'm looking for is all the way up there, but I'm not going to be taking that today. Even if it does tap into it, I like that level a lot, but I'm not going to be taking it. Now, we're still at this M5. I want to see. This still has potential to close at the M5 or hang below that. Look at this. There's that rejection at that M5. Let's see if this is at least going to go. There's the 25 points right there. Look, that would have been a 1-to-2. 1-to-2 off of that level. Look at the dump. 1-to-3 off that level. This would have went a 1-to-3 within 1 minute. 1-to-3 within 1 minute. Very little drawdown. My stops would have been 25 points. I would have taken 8 points. Or no, literally 7.5, 7.25 points worth of drawdown. Look at this. Just tanked from that level. Damn. Now I'm sitting here thinking, man, this would have been a nice trade to catch on the fundeds, that's for sure. Look at this. This probably would have went close to a 1-to-4. Would have got out probably at a 1-to-2, but look how quick it was. These levels are so accurate, it's crazy. Now we're back at that M15. Now I could be anticipating maybe just we break past this level. If we break past this M15, M5, we retest this M1, we might get a little bounce from this M1, but honestly, it might be time to just break past it and go lower. But let's see. Let's see. I don't know. It is already about to be 10:25. I'll give this till, I don't know. I might hop up here in just like a minute anyways. Just wanted to come on here, do a little bit of analysis. And like I said, I have the combines that I was maybe willing to take a trade on today, but I just don't see anything that I'm willing to take a trade. So I don't think I'm going to be placing a trade on them for now, but still had to show up like I mentioned and just see what's popping. That's probably going to flip blue. Let's see if that flips blue or goes lower. I feel like that's going to flip blue. Yeah, there's a flip right there. So you have another little mini M1 right here as well, but I'm not going to be marking that out. It's looking like we're wanting to go up. I just want to see what happens here. Once we see, like, if we break past this M5 and stuff, I might stay on just a little longer just to see if we tap into this level, but I might hop off before that, to be honest, because I got to get some stuff done. All right, we're back at this level right here. Now, we might not see that crazy of a rejection off this M1 because we're looking like we're having a decent amount of bullish momentum right now, but I am going to mark that out. I just want to see what happens. We already pushed past it. We closed above that M1. I wouldn't really be interested in this M1 since we closed above it, but there's still a chance this falls, especially because we're tapping into the M5 again. Now, I won't take a setup if we tapped into that level twice, but let's just see here. I think we're going to probably push past this level. We might get a little pullback, but I think we push past. Come on. Let's see what it does here. Like I said, I think overall we're going to push past this M5. We might get that little rejection, but I think we're going to push past this M5 And this is an H4 demand, not a supply, so we don't even got to worry about that. I can just go ahead and delete that for right now. There's the push past it. This M1 might dip a little, but I think we flip blue on this M1. Let's see. We'll flip blue here in a second, I think, on that M1. Now, the one thing, like if you want to mark it out and just check every single level, you can go ahead and mark out this M1 supply up here. Let's see, 15 seconds on this M1. All right, yeah, there's some bullish momentum with that. Let's see if this holds and continues to push up. Yeah, we should definitely be going up here. Yeah. I'll probably hop up here at 10:30. It's 10:28. I really would like to stay and just watch this, see what it does, but I showed up today, was checking out the market and stuff. My levels were fairly accurate. I mean, we got bounces from the levels that I was anticipating from, except this one up here, but I'm still thinking we're going to tap into that level. If it's not today, maybe next week. I don't know. Even if we don't tap into that level, it is what it is, but I just wanted to hop on here, see what's going on. And yeah, I'm not going to place a trade today, most likely. I'm just not liking anything. And yeah, we'll give it one more minute since it's 10:29. That's looking like it could give us a little drop now. Let's see though. Price action wasn't too bad though. Like I said, it didn't give me any levels that I would specifically like to enter off of, like on a funded or anything like that, but it did react nicely off the levels that I was anticipating. Not as big as moves as I would maybe like on some of them, but still got the little rejection. So now it's looking like we might want to continue to go to the upside. Market's just doing its thing today. Market's just doing its own thing, but let's see. That should go up. Let's see. I want to see if that flips. Damn, a lot of bearish momentum coming in that candle, but I feel like it should flip. All right, if it it's 10:30, so I'm gonna hop off of here. Let's see, is that gonna flip? Is that gonna flip? I just want to see if it flips. Nah, we're getting a little bit of bearish momentum. It might flip on the next candle. It might come in.